what I just read was perfection. The tension, the chemistry. Cut the camera.
Welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do a reading vlog this week. This is the book I'm gonna read, the Jasad Crown. I just finished the Jasad Heir. This is a duology. I say I just finished this book, I'm not kidding. Like, I finished it maybe an hour ago. I have my matcha with me and we're gonna pick up this book. Like how much thicker this book is too. Like this, I feel like this is gonna take me a couple days to finish. I also work tonight, so we have like 3-ish hours until I have to go to work. So we're going to see how much I can read. In my last reading vlog, I did mention how I started a book journal where I keep notes on like everything so I can look back. And I'll probably continue to do this. And this takes away my reading time because I'm jotting down things. But I'm very excited. I also did hear that we get more of Erin's point of view. And I've literally only read like 2 pages. Like, I kid you not, I just started this reading vlog. That's it. But we're already on Erin's point of view. And like last book, we had to read like what, 10 chapters to get his point of view, and they're like long chapters, and then we had to read like 20 more. I don't know, but I'm excited because we see more of him, and I'm very excited to read this. Okay, let's begin. His dad is so evil. Like, I already knew that, but like, oh. Wait, he's still gonna go after the High Counselor? Oh, I love him. I love him. I'm only on page 10 and I love him so much. Okay guys, I'm on page 72. We're actually getting Sepha's point of view, which I didn't think we were. Like, I thought it was just going to be only Erin's and Sylvia's, because she's still going by Sylvia in the chapters. That's what it says. I thought her name was going to change to Essia. I don't know if it will. I don't know. People are calling, Jasti's are calling her Essia, but Erin's referring her to the Queen of Jasad. And then other people are still calling her Sylvia. Anyways, I changed and we are in a different spot in my room since I was last reading. I just kind of have to move around when I read. I don't know. But I work in like an hour and a half, so we'll see how much I can read. I'm realizing I'm a very slow reader. I don't know, I'm trying to make sure I grasp and understand every detail, and I'm like, if I don't understand something and I can't imagine it in my head, like, I keep reading it until I can. So this book may take me a while to finish. I really haven't made much of a dent at all. I think I'm actually going to listen to music because then I'll like actually like lock in. Sepha is alone. Why I just get chills. Like, I don't know, this is really big because they haven't been separated like ever. So she's looking at the poppies because she's in lookup, I think, and she is recalling the moment Sylvia fell down the window and was like dying. She said it was also the moment Sepha saw the relationship between Sylvia and the Nazal heir was more dangerous than anyone recognized. Erin had been shouting, him shouting, and the look on his face, oh, that look. Sylvia had the power to make the most careful man in the kingdoms reckless. If that just doesn't explain the dynamic. Like, this man is so composed, so calculated. Logic is like the only way he thinks through everything, and he doesn't show his emotions. And she unravels it all. Like, I love it so much. Okay guys, I'm on page 102, and Aaron just had this hallucination that he saw Sylvia, and he has realized his dangerous realization or thought. He said his first instinct when he saw her wasn't to reach for his blade or summon the guards, it was to shout, run. And then another moment, like the page before, when he thought he saw her, he said, black curls cascaded over her broad shoulders, loosened away Aaron knew she disliked. Like, oh, he just knows her. Like, I don't know. Oh my god. I'm actually having really fun reading this book because we're getting so many different point of views, so you're just like never bored. And I actually enjoy everyone's point of view. Like, you know when you read a book and then you're like, you don't like this character and you don't care for their chapter or their point of view, and you're like, oh, I'm just waiting for the next person. I don't feel this way with any of the characters. Like, I am genuinely interested and they have like their own thing going on. Wait, how does that work? Because Aaron thought he was hallucinating seeing Sylvia, but Sylvia was asleep and that was her dream. Like, how did they connect in her dream? Okay guys, we're on chapter 12. We finally get Murek's point of view. I didn't know if we were gonna get his chapters or his point of view, but I was like, I feel like we have to because he's not with Sefa and usually they're always together, but they're separated. I wonder where he is. Okay, so Sylvia right now, she visited Aaron in like a dream or hallucination. That's what Aaron thinks it is. And she's trying to warn him to evacuate Gallum's Bend. And I don't even know how she does it. I don't know if she just goes to sleep or what she does. Like, I don't know how she does it. But like their encounter, I'm just living for. I can't wait to see her perspective in her chapter. Okay guys, update. I'm on page 143, chapter 15, and the book is getting so good. I feel like we made really good progress for day 1. I'm so excited. I don't even want to stop reading, but I have to get ready for work, so we're gonna continue the reading vlog tomorrow. It's gonna kill me not to try to read this while I'm at work, but I'm just gonna hold myself off and we'll just pick up tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi guys, it's the next day. I'm so excited. I have been waiting for this moment to pick up my book. This is like the worst part about a reading vlog, is that I can only read when I'm filming and I can't always film all the time where I'm at, so I have to literally wait until I'm home to be able to film to read. But anyways, first I'm gonna make a little fun beverage. I think I actually want to make a coffee. I don't know, I feel like I'm just in the fall mood, and I associate coffee with fall. I usually don't like coffee, but I'm forcing myself to like it because I like the idea of coffee. Taste test. I'm kind of scared because I don't really like coffee and I feel like I need more sugar than I put, but I made a salted maple latte. Taste test. It kind of has no flavor, but I'll drink this. It's not bad, but it's not like the most delicious thing I've ever tried in my whole entire life. You know, this is a work in progress towards liking coffee, and I feel like I took a step in the right direction. Anyways, now that we have our coffee, let's go in my room and read. Okay guys, we're gonna actually start my book and pick up where I left off. I made this much of a dent yesterday. I was actually making like TikToks about this book because I'm trying to recommend it because it's just so good, and I need everyone to talk about this book and to be as obsessed about it as I am, so we can discuss it. Okay, I got my hair up and I'm taking out my wired headphones because my other headphones are charging right now. And I need my fantasy playlist. Like, I'm sorry, I need it. Guys, I've never felt more alive reading this book. Like, yesterday I was just thinking at work, like, wow, what an amazing book. Like, so much has happened. There's so many details, they all connect, and just, I have this big appreciation for fantasy. And just her writing specifically too, like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, you can just see the subtle changes in their dynamic over time throughout the book, and it's so subtle, but it's so perfect and it's so right, and it makes sense and it fits. It's like, it's just perfect. It's perfect. Okay, I'm like talking too much and I want to read, so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna read. You're meaning to tell me Aaron is by himself when all these monsters are unreleased on the poor village? Where is his backup? Oh my god, I'm so frightened. Guys, I love him so much. I can't. Aaron's touch literally defeated the worst monster, the scariest monster, Al-Anqas, which is what Sylvia went up against in the second trial. Wait, the Nisnas are gaining on Eren, but he's looking at his soldiers. I'm scared. I'm so scared. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, so pause. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Sylvia can kind of portal herself somewhere else. I think just by dreaming or like thinking. I'm not entirely sure, but she visits Eren again, and this is like, she's not there but she is there, you know what I mean? And he sees her and they're having this moment and they're fighting. Oh my god, they're literally fighting. Like, he's trying to stab her and she's pressing on his wounds because he's healing from when he got attacked by the monsters in the small town, and he won't let his knife go, and she says, "Let go, you stubborn fool, you're bleeding and I don't want to hurt you." He said, "Don't want to hurt me." And then she said, "I didn't know about Gallum's Bend," which is where they released all the monsters. And she said, "Eren, I would have never released Al Anqua. You know I wouldn't." And he said, "I know nothing about you, Essia." Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. They're fighting. I love it. Honestly, this is good. I think they need to fight and get it over with so that they can love each other. Like, I'm so into this. I'm so, yes. She said, "Uttered with contempt, clearly meant to injure, my name in his mouth had the opposite effect. Hearing it filled me with a shapeless wonder. I didn't have to battle instinct to correct him or grimace at the sound. It didn't feel like an ill-fitting piece of clothing someone else had chosen for me. I wanted him to say it again." Oh my god, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm so... Oh. They're actually fighting. Wait, pause. Okay, guys. I really... There's so many qualities I love about this man. Like, first off, I love how smart he is. I love how he thinks through logic and he calculates everything, like every single plan and every single outcome, and that's how he determines which choice he should make. And obviously I like how cool and cruel he is. He's just, but it's all goes back with his logic and how he's very calculating. But I also do love how he just wonders, and they mention it so much in the book that it's like one of his flaws, because once an idea pops up in his head, it just will not leave. Like, he just will always wonder and think, and he's a very curious person, and even as a child he was very curious, and I love that about him. I love that about him so much. He's such an amazing male main character, but so is Sylvia. Sylvia is a really good main character. I love how she's very mouthy and she doesn't care what the right thing to say is. I like how she's very stubborn and petty and very angry, and the fact that she has like an anger problem and she has low patience, and I don't know, I love it so much. Like, she does not care, and I love that about her. I also love about her, like in the last book, is that she juggled between living for herself or living and leading for the Jasides and the Jasad Kingdom, because at like what point is her life her life? And I really enjoyed her juggling with that question and what the right thing to do throughout the whole first book. And even in the second book, she's finally trying to stay and be the leader, but I like how she tells off the other Jasides because they're not being truthful and they're not really listening to her, and she's like, "Well, why am I here? Like, you guys aren't listening to me, you're not telling me anything, like, why am I here?" And I love that about her. Like, I just she's just, and you know what, she's a liar too. Like, I love that. Okay, and I like that she's mouthy and she has no patience and she's angry and she fights and she doesn't care to level the playing field. Like, she is very much okay with her having the upper hand. And I just love how different she is from a typical female main character in a fantasy. And I also love the way they talk about each other and the way they notice little things about each other. Like, that's, I don't even know how to explain it, but like, the writing is so beautiful. You can't just help but admire it and admire the way they view each other, even when they never liked each other. I feel like I'm explaining this book bad and like no one will understand, but it's just so beautiful and I love it so much. Like the fact that she saw his messy room and she was like, this is not him. The fact that when he first saw her in one of the hallucinations, he knew it wasn't a hallucination because no dream could capture her that perfectly and that accurate, and her 5 freckles under her chin. But then he remembered they're not called freckles in her language, and he remembered that fact, and I was like, and the fact that she knew it wasn't a dream either because she saw his eyes and like no dream could accurately picture his eyes. Like the way they just talk about each other in their head and think about each other and admire each other is just, it's so perfect. Anyways, I'm on page 181. We're gonna continue reading. It's 5 o'clock. I realize I'm a very slow reader. Okay guys, we're gonna go on a walk with my sister and I'm gonna attempt to read while walking. I don't know how well that's gonna go because it's a physical book, but we are gonna stop by a park, so I'll be able to sit and read and we'll have a different environment, so I think it'll be fun and good. I'm at a really good part 2 right now because Aaron is curious about how the fortress fell, and when he wonders, that's a really good thing because he can't get it out of his head, and he's starting to question his father, which is really good. Okay guys, I'm back in my room and I just read the most insane chapter when I was at the park. It was chapter 21, and in this chapter Aaron goes through past memories of dead people. So not only does he see that magic mining was a thing by all kingdoms, they all participated in it, even his father, who he was very shocked to see discussing it because of how much he hates magic, but how gruesome it actually was, to the memory of Sylvia being tortured by Hiiiii. And it literally guys, he's supposed to hate her, mind you, because she betrayed him, but he said, Aaron had weathered fires and stab wounds, poisons, and beatings. He began training to become a soldier at an age most children were learning how to sound out their letters. His very existence as a commander necessitated a close and familiar understanding of the many ways he could be harmed. In short, Aaron thought he knew pain. He thought he knew rage. The whip fell again, Sylvia jerking silently beneath it, and it became abundantly clear Aaron did not know a thing about either. His real education came in that moment, eviscerating tentative hold on his stability he'd managed to maintain throughout these visions. Aaron would find the body of Quaida Hiiiii and kill her again. He would hunt down each of her bones and crush them between his bare hands. He's supposed to hate you, mind her, but like, clearly he doesn't. The lashes on Sylvia's back multiplied until a curtain of red poured from her neck to her waist. She never made a single sound. And Wade tells Aaron this is how they knew that she was alive, through the memory of one finger bone they were able to track down of Quaida Hiiiii, because Wade is able to go back through centuries of memories through bones, and they only found one of Quaida Hiiii's, and that was the one memory it unleashed. And Aaron was literally teary-eyed. There's like so much to unpack here though. The fact that magic mining was a thing between all kingdoms, they all did it to their own people, but because all of their magic was slowly being lost over time, Jasad's was the only one remaining, so they were the only one to continue it, and they bargained against other kingdoms on giving them a little bit of magic. So it wasn't just her grandparents who did it, it was all of the kingdoms who did it. That's insane. That's crazy. Oh my god. Like I didn't even see that coming, honestly. This is just an insane book. Ugh, I love reading. I've never had more joy than this. I was telling my sister, okay guys, pause. I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to be reading, but I was telling my sisters like how amazing this book is. Like, it's true enemies to lovers. Like, this man hated her. He didn't bat an eyelash to throw knives and daggers at her. He broke her wrist. He fought her. She fought him. She pressed her fingers against his wounds while he's bleeding. Like, they are actually enemies. Like, they actually hate each other. they're not scared to fight. I was telling my sisters how they're just like true enemies, right? And my sisters are like, what? He broke her wrist? And they're like giving me a wary look, like, and I'm like, no, this is everything. Like, they need to be true enemies to become lovers. Like, this is a true enemies to lovers. I'm so tired of the fake enemies to lovers where he's all careful around her and he's kind of dangerous by like throwing a knife near her face and making sure he doesn't nick her because he could never nick her. Like, that is not true enemies, okay? This is true enemies. He won't hesitate to hurt her and she won't hesitate to hurt him back. Like, that's what I want, that's what I need, that's true enemies to lovers. And my sisters just don't understand it. I'm so glad that I read this because I feel like it's just brought me back. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna continue reading now because this is a reading vlog and I just keep yapping. Guys, literally my eyes are watering. What I just read was perfection. The tension, the chemistry, it's too good. It's too good. It's too good. I'm like freaking out actually. Oh my god. Okay, so I just read chapter 26, and in chapter 26 basically Sylvia pours herself to Aaron again, and she overhears Aaron and Raywin's conversation, and Aaron is starting to have doubts after talking to one of the Mufsids and seeing the past memories. And so he has Wes follow his dad, which is very dangerous because if Wes gets caught, then he's killed. But anyways, Sylvia thought she was like good at hiding, but of course Aaron like sensed her, and they have this moment or like this conversation. And first off, Sylvia's magic portaled her to Aaron in like the woods while she is naked. She just has a blanket covering herself, so it is hilarious. And first off, she's like losing in her mind, like overthinking a lot. And he said, what happened? And he said, your eyes are bloodshot and your breathing is shallow. You can track what I say, but your mind is straying. I've seen you like this before. And it's just perfect. And then she's like, what? And then she recalls like her momentarily freak out in the hallway when they were training in the tunnels. And then he says, why are you naked? And he says, did someone... And then listen. Aaron paused. I could rarely recall seeing the nasal air struggle for words. He closed his eyes. When they reopened, icy shards of deadly intent pierced through me. Are you naked of your own will, or are you of someone else's? And then she says, no, nobody tried to force me into anything. I am naked of my own volition. And then she says, to clarify, I was not engaged in any activity where nakedness is expected or customary. Not that you must be naked to take part in those activities. In any event, I wasn't taking part. I mean, in any activities. He says, but there was activities. And she says, no activities. I was alone and fully intending to stay that way. Why are you smiling? And he smiled, and she hasn't seen him smile in so long. And then she ruins the moment by saying, why did you lie to your father? And the fact that she has memorized him and admires him so much that she can tell when he is lying, like, it just oh, like the yearning is from both sides. It's so beautiful. But anyways, the chapter ends because he says, come back, Serera. He says, you're hiding again. And she said, hiding is what I do best. You and your ocean of maps still haven't found me. He said, is that what you think? And she said, it's what I know. You can try to track me until my hair is as silver as yours, but if you have found me, you already would have. And he says, why should I bother tracking you when I need only to wait? The moment you leave the mountains, you're mine. Guys, hello? Like, I can't get over that. I can't. Like, he knows where she is, number one. And then he says, when you leave the mountains, you're mine. Okay. This whole chapter was beautiful. It was amazing. I love how we're still getting moments between them. Oh my god. I'm like living for it. Actually, I can't. I'm like freaking out. I feel like I need a moment. I'm only on page 254. Like, I feel like I've made no progress at all. But it's just... I feel like I'm underlining and tabbing so many things, and I'm trying to keep up with everything, and so much is going on and I'm loving it. And I'm having an internal freak out every time they talk about or discuss or think about each other. Is this gonna be a 6-star read for me? But I'm now officially 36% in the book. I'm kind of eager to read chapter 27 because it's Marek's page and I haven't heard from this man in a hot minute. But I need to get ready for work. Why do I have to work? I just want to stay in and read all day. Okay, so I'm going to see you guys tomorrow and we'll continue reading. But that's my little update. I am still in shock about what I just read in chapter 26. I haven't shut up about it. I called everyone I knew to tell them what just happened in this chapter because it was just insane, and I haven't shut up talking about how much I love this book and how they are true enemies to lovers and just the tension and chemistry. I'm quite literally bugging everyone I know in my phone. And I don't care, actually, and I'm gonna do it again, and I will do it again. Hi guys, it's the next day and we're gonna start reading. My fun drink of the day is Alani's Witch's Brew. I am dying to try this. I tried it last year and I loved it, but people say it's changed a little bit. I think there's like less caramel. I wouldn't be mad at that because I love apple flavor anything. So less caramelness, I wouldn't mind it because that means more apple flavor and I love apple. Okay. I'm having also like the best time doing this reading vlog, guys. Let me know if you enjoy these and I'll continue making them. But anyways, taste test. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god. Guys, you don't understand how hard it is for me to refrain from reading late at night when I can't vlog. Like, I have to hold myself back. Like, it's so hard. I'm like, why do I have to wait? Why do I have to sleep? Like, I just want to read now. Marek is so funny. Wait, I just had this odd thought. Is his name pronounced Marek or Merrick? Because I've been calling him Marek, but it honestly doesn't even make that much sense. I think his name is pronounced Merrick. Gosh, I'm so awful with names. I am the worst at pronouncing names in books because why have I never heard of that name? Why can't I read? Oh my god, I'm changing it now, guys. I'm pronouncing his name Merrick, okay? So ignore what I previously said. Okay, I've only read 2 chapters. I'm such a slow reader. Anyways, so basically Felix is going to attack Mayhair, which obviously means so much to Sylvia, and her people kept it from her because they knew she would want to fight and defend Mayhair, and that's just something that they can't compromise or allow. And I love Sylvia because she just always speaks what's on her mind. She said this, she said, "You are worse actors than you are liars. Every one of you knows what will happen if I raise the fortress on Nezarec Camel. You knew what asking me to raise the fortress meant. You have no trouble asking me to die, no trouble demanding my magic, my mind. Yeah, if I asked you to fight on my behalf." And then Nyamsa says, ask us, Essia. And Sylvia says, "I'm going to Mayhair. Will you come and fight with me?" And Nyamsa says, "Even better. We will come and win for you." Oh. And then Latif is saying his route to Orban is not far. He will have heard about Mayhair. He will come for you. And Sylvia says yes. Latif says, "If he captures you, we are lost." And she smiled. "He won't." And she thinks, "Let Aaron bring his strongest men, his best maps. Let him come, and I would show him what it meant to hunt SM's favorite monster." It's just getting good. It keeps getting better. I can't. But that was a big moment because her people just kind of withhold information from her and they want to use her. And I like how she tells them off and she says it how it is and she doesn't care. I don't know. Her just saying, "Will you come and fight with me?" And she says, "Even better, we will come and win for you." That means so much to me. Guys, oh my god. She's just reunited in Mayhair and she's talking to Rory and Rhea again. And she sees Farrell and I don't know, it's making me so emotional because we haven't had an encounter between them in so long. And I don't know, it's just like her old life and everything's different and she's truly honest. Everyone knows her truly is now and I don't know, like it's making me so emotional. Like Can I really see the real her and they still treat her the same? Oh, like it's just like she's being accepted for who she really is, and I don't know. Oh wait, why am I getting so emotional? Farrell replanted her fig seeds and she said, I knew you would come back. I don't know, I'm feeling a lot of emotions. Ah! Wait, guys. Rory was the royal healer of the phallic family. He knew her father. And she said, you knew my father? He said, knew him. I held your father the day he was born. I had held him the day he died. I love that boy. Cut the cameras. Guys, I think we're so deep in the book where I'm going to cry over every little thing because the tears have already started. Okay, she said, no chaos dared lay a finger on Aaron of Nizal, the icy air, the untouchable commander, as pristine on the battlefield as in royal court. But when I looked into his eyes, there was nothing cold about them. Aaron stared at me as though inches separated us, as though the sea of fighting did not merit a second's attention. I felt scraped, raw, and exposed, more aware of myself than I had been in a long time. Oh my god. Aaron scanned the flames leaping over the wall, the mudslide, the soldiers hemmed into the front entrance, piercing together my strategy. When his gaze met mine, it glinted with pride. Oh my. Okay guys, update. Let me just tell you what I just read. I haven't moved on from this. I just keep replaying it, and I don't know how many times I read this. I don't know how many times. I'm just stuck in this moment, truly. She said, don't force my hand, Aaron. He said, I thought I taught you better than this. Never extend a challenge to an opponent you cannot defeat. And she said, I'm not the same girl you prepared for the Alka. And he said, good. It is about time you showed me who you really are. And she told him, still fond of throwing knives, are you? He said, only when my target is so very good at catching them. And then he drops her against the wall. And he says, how many times have I taught you to avoid this hold? Do you think because your eyes glow a little now, you have no reason to keep with your training? Listen to this. If they couldn't truly touch each other, the approximation of it, the intimacy of this violence between them almost sufficed. It almost satisfied the hunger that sparked at the base of Aaron's spine. And then someone almost killed her, an O'Malian soldier, and without hesitating, without thinking, Aaron stabbed the dagger into the hollow of the soldier's throat and dragged it down over the ridge of his breastbone, through the soft fat of his belly and into the sponge of his pelvis. And he says in his head, they do not get to take her from me. He gutted the soldier, and for a brief moment it was the woman who raised the whip against a blindfolded Essia on the other end of his dagger. Quaida Hannum, whose blood-curdling screams ripped through the air. Quaida Hannum, whose gaze glazed over with the first frost of death. I haven't moved on from that, truthfully. How can I? Like, at the rate I'm reading, it's gonna take me a while to finish this book because I'm only on page 322. Like, do I only read 100 pages a day? This is gonna take forever, but I'm not complaining because this is the most joy I've ever felt in my life in a while. I'm gonna continue reading. I just know the encounter between Sylvia and Aaron after this is just gonna be more intense and insane, and I need to read it right now. But I just had to update you about what I just read and why I've been freaking out. Also, this is why I read so slow, because after every encounter and interaction, I'm freaking out. I'm spiraling. I'm calling everyone I know, telling them like what just happened. I'm making TikTok videos. I'm literally like getting up, walking around in circles in my room like, did this really happen? Is this really real? I'm underlining, I'm highlighting, I'm tabbing, I'm replaying, rereading. And this is why I read slow. Guys, what is a normal reaction? What should my reaction be after reading this? Oh my god, oh my god. So much has happened in so few chapters. I don't even know what to update you guys about. Oh my god, there's a tab on me. I'm on page 344. Listen to this. She said, do you want me to be in your debt? Is that why you keep saving me? Keep your favors. I can take care of myself. He said, debt? He said, how do you expect I would collect on this debt? You tied me to a wall and beat me bloody. You abducted me. Your kitmers dropped me into cursed realm I have managed to avoid my entire life. And then you allow a dual hat that you released to nearly eat you. I wish I had a good reason for saving you. I wish it was logical or rational, informed by any semblance of reason. I wish more than anything my first thought when I emerged from the water was not of you. I hadn't been prepared to tear through every grain of sand and burn every tree in this damn place until I found you. She said. I stared at him, truly speechless, for possibly the first time in my life. Girl, me too. What? I'm freaking out. Wait, we need a pause. Okay, guys. He grazed her cheek, and her wet eyes flashed open to find him mere inches away. He was touching her, skin to skin, fair. Stupid risk to take. Even in the Maria, my magic could still have killed you. He said yes, it could have. And she said, do not toy with me. This is the last piece of my heart I have left. Do you understand? I don't know how to detect it once it is outside my body. If I trust you and then you cast it into the dirt, it will be the death of both of us. What is left of me will kill what is left of you. He said, I am becoming oddly partial to your death threats. I seem to hear in them different words entirely. Then he tells her to look at him. He reveals that he's been wearing the fig necklace that she got him the whole time. And he says, tell me what you want, Serera. And she says, I want to pull your arrogant head off your smug shoulder. And then he kisses her. Oh my god, this is gonna go on my shelf. Like, you know the shelf where it's my favorite books? Yeah, this is gonna go on it. And I won't stop talking about this book. Oh my god. 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 Wait, am I halfway? Does this look like halfway? I have this much left. I don't know. I'm scared now. I'm scared. I'm on page 3. I'm scared. Guys, please tell me when you read this book, because you have to read this book, that this is your reaction throughout reading it. Because if it's not, am I insane? Like, I feel like this is everyone's normal reaction to reading this book. It has to be. I know it is. I'll be right back. I need to tap this and then I'm going to continue to read. I think I have like an hour and a half before I have to go get ready for work. But we'll see how much I can read. But I'm not making much progress because I keep freaking out over every single line. Hey guys, it is the next day, but it's late at night. It's actually 7:40. And it's stormy out, so it's like the best time to read. It's my favorite time to read, actually. I love when it's stormy, especially at night. That is just like the best time to read, I think. My plan was to read all day today, but I just honestly, I didn't want to pick up the book, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't want to pick up the book because I ended off on such a good chapter last night. Like, they just had this intimate moment, and like, I'm scared, okay? I'm really scared. Like, what's gonna happen? And I see people tell me that they cried in the ending and that they need more, and like, what did Sarah Hashem do to them? And I'm like, I'm scared now. Like, does it not end off on a good note? Or do you just want more because you're obsessed with them? I don't know. So I'm kind of frightened. And I felt like if I read earlier in the day, I was definitely going to finish it tonight. And I was like, I'm not ready. I don't want to finish it. I know. Yeah, so that's why I didn't pick up my book earlier. It is nighttime and I'm probably gonna pull an all-nighter. No, I definitely am gonna pull an all-nighter, and I'm gonna continue to read. We're on Merrick's chapter. I haven't heard from him in a little bit, so I am excited to see what's happening. But like, guys, I'm scared. I don't want to finish this book. Reading is just, I love reading, but it's also a lot. Aaron just saw the pages that Sylvia left him, and his brain is thinking and trying to wrap around everything, and what I just read was, the strongest claim to a crown was blood. Raywin's son would have become heir to Jasad in Izal, Raywin's son and Hannum's. So Hannum's his mother? That means he's a Jasady too. That really is his mom. That means his mom was beating up Sylvia, but he's never even really met her. oh my god, I don't know. There's a lot going on. But that's what I just read, and that was actually insane. Like, I was in shock for a couple minutes, and I was like, okay guys, a lot has happened. First off, I thought cut off Veda's finger because her ring was on there, and this ring is very important and she can't take it off without it burning her, so she had to cut her finger off, which is just so unlike her to do. So that just shows you like how much she had no choice. And then finally Merrick and Sepha reunited, and now she's taken to those awful tunnels and they're gonna save her. I'm so excited. We are in chapter 46 and it says Essia now. So now she is Essia, okay? She's not Sylvia. We're not going by Sylvia no more. I was waiting for this because I was like, there's no way. Like, there has to be a significant chapter or point in the book where her name finally changes. Like, I thought it was gonna change once we started it, but it makes sense that it changed after this big thing. Essia just is so freaking savage. Like, she is killing everyone. She doesn't hesitate, and I love it. I feel like it adds more to her character. She's very reckless. She doesn't plan. She's the opposite of Aaron. Aaron calculates, he plans, he thinks of all the different outcomes one decision can make, and she just relies on her body and doesn't think at all. Just kind of lives in the moment, and I love it. Essia is just so smart. Like, her plan and her way of thinking is just, she's so good. She knows that Aaron will not go against their laws, like, no matter what, he won't. So she finds a way to work everything out where no one breaks their laws. Does that make sense? And I like how she knows him so well, because she said the Nazal heir wouldn't break the Danish records unless he had a reason. Where did Veda go? Like, she just knows Aaron so freaking well. I love how they both know each other and know the way they think and they know their reasoning behind everything without even having to talk. Like, that is the best micro trope. Is that, like, just like subtle little things that prove that they really, really know each other. Wait, why are Daya and Soren actually so cute? Like, basically, Essia is trying to make a deal with Soren that he will open and protect the roads so Jasadis can go to Jasad through his kingdom, because he's obviously blocking it. And Maya, which is one of the Jasadis with like a really magical power, she is going through Daya's like brain and memory because she just has been unconscious this whole time since the last trial. And Maya said she is murdering her parents quite enthusiastically, like in her dream or wherever she's at. And Soren grins, saying, "That's my girl." And like, I don't know, like, why are they cute? Why are they cute? Why do I like them? Like, I don't know. Basically, Daya killed her parents because her parents sold her sister, and so she cut her parents into tiny little pieces. And Soren was supposed to have her executed, or his father ordered her, but then when he saw her, he said something about her, the wrath in her eyes. I respected it. I understood it. Wait, guys, why do I like them? Why do I like violent couples? I don't know. There's just like something about them. Like, I'm getting goosebumps actually, like, talking about it and thinking about it. But like, they understand each other in a way that no one else does, because everyone will look at them like crazy, but they understand each other. They get each other. Because right now, Daya is reliving that moment, and Maya, who's trying to heal her or get her to wake up, and who's in her mind, she says, "Your heir sent me to heal you. A poison elixir twisted your mind into itself. It appears it forced you to relive your worst moments on repeat." And she said, "These aren't my worst moments." And then Maya said, "I see." And she's like, And she said, ah, she felt an intense animosity for the heir on the platform. She plotted to kill him as soon as they left. And Sorn continues to grin like a lunatic, it says. And I love them. I love them so much, actually. But he was charming, understanding. He sentenced the Kawaga, who killed her sister, to death and pestered his father into changing the law so a guardian responsible for selling off a child would face the Gara. A butcher shop for those accused of treason. We skin them alive and send the hides back to their families. Then they're dismembered and hung on hooks through the main road. The dogs eat the parts they can reach and the rest rots in the sun. Oh my god. Oh my god. What? Raya continued, unaware of our conversation. He makes her feel capable, strong. She trains with his Kawaga and blesses them all. He gives her a place in the palace, but his attentions are always friendly. Like a proud owner of a prize war horse, Maya recited. She wondered why his attraction encompasses so many women, but not her. Sorn flinched as if struck. What? But she is lowborn, and the hardships of her life have eroded any beauty she may have possessed. She determines her feelings for the heir are best kept private, where they will not embarrass or burden him. That's why she didn't say, Sorn spluttered. She woke up! Sorn's anger dissolved. Joy crept over his face like a rising sun. Daya, are you yourself? She glared. What kind of idiot question is that? Who else would I be? Wait, did they fall in love? I need a little novella of them, actually. Sorn said, Daya, why didn't you tell me how you felt? Sorn took Daya's hand between both of his. She glanced at me with a bemused shake of her head, and I tossed her a quick smile. For both their sakes, I hope Sorn was careful of Daya's heart. If he toyed with it, she'd gut him and any women within arm's length. Adeline helped the fool who interfered. With a rueful laugh, I closed the door behind me. Wait, guys, I need a novella of them. I'm sorry. Like, what? I'm so obsessed with them. Everyone else is obsessed with them as I am. Just a couple interactions we got of them. Like previously in the ball, I believe, in the first book, he was really upset because she was like unconscious and she was not doing well, obviously, after the third trial, and he was very angry and very upset, and everyone was like, oh, it's very clear that she means a lot to him, but we didn't get much. But that one conversation or one chapter really showed their dynamic, and I love them so much and I want more. Guys, shut up. Okay, so Essia is on the way back to the mountains where the Jasadis are, and on the way she sees Sepha and Merrick, and she grabs them and takes them with her, obviously, right? And first off, Aaron gave a map to Sepha and Merrick and told them where to go, knowing that Essia would see them and like rescue them and they would reunite. Like, that's so romantic, that's so cute. But Essia asked, she said, how is he? And she said the heir is different, something has come undone with him because everything that he thought was true is not true. And then Sepha says, were you aware that he loves you? Quite irreparably, it seems. And Essia says, what? And she said, after Jeru and the Nizal soldiers pulled me out of the trader's well, Aaron wrote to us. I don't think the soldiers were expecting him given the small matter of ongoing insurgency, but he got off his horse, handed me one of his maps. He told us which routes to avoid on our way to the desert flats, and then he said, if she dies for them, they will die with her. And strode off. I love him. Actually, so much. Like, this man, I love him. Because we know Essia has to raise the fortress, which can either kill her from that, or all this magic will cause her to go mad, and then someone has to kill her. I love him. I love him. I love a composed man that goes crazy for just one girl. Like, that is everything in a book. And that's just them. That describes them. He's very composed. Very logical. No one can get a reaction out of him. No one, nothing. Except her. And that's how it should be. Shut up. She's saying, he means they need me to survive, that's all. And she said, you know what he means. She said, Aaron wouldn't. He said, kill everyone in the vicinity if you die. Seek revenge on anyone who allowed it to happen. Maybe he wouldn't have before, but I told you, he is coming apart at the seams. When the world stops making sense, you cling to the only thing that does. How? This is why I'm a slow reader. Because what do you mean? Okay. I see you, Aaron. Shut up. She says, in what world would Aaron of Nizal choose revenge over reason? My death would hurt him. I was not delusional enough to think it wouldn't, but Aaron would have to be utterly unmoored from himself to sink into the kind of rage you needed to sustain revenge. And Sepha says, not if you help him breathe, not if you are his heir in the chaos. Guys, listen to this. Today, everyone I love is together and alive. Tomorrow, that might not be the case. I understand how easy it is to dwell in the aftermath of all your worst fears, to spend every day bracing for tomorrow's pain. But Essia, you can't survive in the future. You don't exist there yet. How do I stay calm? Simple. I recognize that I'm afraid because I still have something to lose, and if I'm afraid, then it hasn't been lost yet. It means I have a chance to change the outcome. That's just beautiful. Like, that's what I mean when there's a lot of beautiful writing and quotes. Like, I need this book like tattooed in my brain. What did I just read? Chapter 49. Insane. Everything has just been insane, but guards Vaughn and Jeru were there, and on a map killed is Wes. And then Aaron reveals that Vaughn was actually the one who killed Wes when he asked Wes to follow his dad. It just takes me back to the chapter when he asked Wes, will you do me a favor? And Wes was just like, anything for you. He's like, no, I want you to make a choice. Like, you need to decide for yourself. Don't say because I'm your superior. And Wes chose to follow him in, and he knew the consequences. And I really didn't think he was gonna die, and he died by Vaughn. So Aaron killed Vaughn, and this is getting crazy. Aaron recalls when Sylvia said, it took one life for you to lose faith in me. Tell me, your highness, how many will it take until you lose faith in your father? He said, she asked the wrong question. She should have asked him how many lives would it take for Aaron to lose faith in himself, because everything he believed that he was doing that was right was all wrong. His identity, his jobs, everything. Chapter 50, he's about to meet his father. I don't know what's gonna happen. Guys, shut up. Shut up, actually. So basically every drop of magic that Aaron drains, it's put in the scepter that is on Raywin, and so Aaron had to cut off his dad's hand. I don't know how to explain how intense this moment is, because Jeru is holding his father back, and he's like, there is no clasp or latch of any kind, it cannot be removed. And Aaron says, of course it can, take out your sword. His father said, you would choose her over your own kingdom, over your own family? He said, yes, I choose her. What? I'm speechless. Guys, this is so sad. Like, actually, it is so sad, because Aaron has just given up. Like, he didn't fight back. He didn't. He hasn't been planning, or he didn't make plans past this. His last task was that he wanted to die. He came to the mountains where all the Jasties are, and Aaron knows that he's their biggest enemy, and he came there willingly with the scepter of his magic to die. And then he tells Essia, why did you come here? I was ready to die. I was ready to be honorable and brave and self-sacrificing for the first time in my miserable life. I hadn't made my peace. I would restore Jasad, burst into flames, and enter history as a savior instead of a coward. Simple. And she said, you are not going to die. He said, of course I am. I was always going to die. My time has been borrowed ever since the Blood Summit. I've been trying to be brave about it, to be like you. But then you come here and you make me want to be selfish. You make me want to be a coward. Wait, his last task is that he wanted to die? Also, those like 7 men who beat him up when he was in the cell, and then Essia wanted to kill them all. I was like giggling and laughing at that. But I can't even tell you how I feel about that because I'm just sad. I'm like, that was your last task? This is just so not like him. This is not right. And the fact that she knew too when she first saw him. Guys, let me just tell you what I just read. Essia says, swear yourself to the throne of Jasad, swear your loyalty to the magic and to those born with it, swear yourself to us and you can live. And Aaron says, no. He said, thrones fall, magic fades, I will swear my loyalty but not to Jasad's throne, nor to its magic. I swear my loyalty to Jasad's Malika. Everything I have is hers to command. What she wills, I will create. What she hates, I will destroy. I am the weapon of the Malika, and it is her alone I pledge myself to. And she's speechless. I feel the same way. I'm speechless. What do you mean? That is... Everything I have is hers to command. What she wills, I will create. What she hates, I will destroy. I am the weapon of the Malika, and it is her alone I pledge myself to. Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys. What? I love him. I love him so much. I want him so bad. No, I need him. I need him actually. No. I don't want to move past this page. I know like I need to continue reading, but I just don't want to. Like how do I move on from that? I can't move on from that actually. There's no way. I'm on page 525 and there's 650 pages. I believe so. So I could finish this very soon and I don't want to. Like we only have this much left. No. You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy for tabbing this much. I am, in fact, crazy. I can't do this, guys. Reading is hard. Because I know when I finish this book, I'm always going to think about them. I'm not going to move on. This is like a book that's going to live rent-free in my head. Guys. Okay, let me just tell you what I just read. Basically, Essia is telling Aaron that it's not his fault, that everything was a lie and all the choices he made from those lies. And Aaron is saying the same thing back with her about how she hasn't forgiven herself for surviving. Then we turn the page and she told them, is this part of the game? It is. It is thoroughly unfair. I'm at a disadvantage of experience. He said, did your previous experience leave something to be desired? And she said, I don't want to disappoint you. He said, I beg your pardon. And she said, I just mean I know you have had others. I enjoyed myself greatly, but for you it might not have been as... What I mean to say is... And then this is what he says. He says, any advantage of experience I might have evaporates the minute you touch me, Sarah. Since it seems to have been less than clear, the advantage is yours. You unravel me utterly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And then he asks her, if you live, if we both do, what life do you see for yourself? And she tells him that she never envisioned anything because she didn't want to get her hopes up. So she tells him, I do not see the point of giving myself over to fanciful musings of a future I won't experience. And he said, indulge me then. And she tells him what her dream life would look like after all of this. And she says, in the evening I would come home to you. Oh my gosh. And she tells him, and she says she would like to travel. And she says, if you were Nizal, I would come visit. You could show me your favorite places and I would pretend to understand why they are an architectural marvel. Then he says, Sarah, I cannot fathom how to make you believe me. Anywhere you are is my favorite place. She tells him, in that case, I hope you're fond of graves. And then she tells him the rest of her dream life and how there's a blue cottage in Mayhair not far from the keep with a garden where she would replant her fig tree, where Marek and Sepha would be. Maybe she would open up an apothecary. But then she would always come home to him in the evening. I love them so much. If this book doesn't end up with them in the cottage together in her dream life, then I'm going to be very, very angry, okay? Because it's very important to me that she gets her dream life, and his dream life is just being with her, okay? I just need them together and happy. Holy, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Okay, so the chapter just read, which is just like a couple pages, basically Aaron is leaving. He's going back to Nizal because his goal is to return to Nizal, recall the soldiers from Jasad, remove the blockades from the trade routes the Jasadis need to reach their kingdom. He can prevent his father from sending recruits to die. If Aaron returns, Jasad will have Nizal at its side. And he didn't tell Essia this. He's just leaving her while she's sleeping. And Marek spots him, and that's how we're getting this explanation. And then Marek says, say I believe you about the Supreme. How exactly do you plan to overcome a charge of treason? And Aaron says, murder is only treason if left unfinished. When I am done, they will call it succession. He's on his way to kill his father. I love him. I love him so much. I hope she doesn't feel betrayed. I hope someone like Sepha or Marek explain to her why Aaron left, or I hope she's able to understand and not feel betrayed. I'm scared about that, but oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Wait, I just read the next page, and he leaves her a note telling them which route to take to Jasad, and that he says, I will find you again, Sarah. Guys, let me tell you what I just read. Oh my god, first off, I was literally listening to music and Sad Girl was playing by Lana Del Rey, and it just matched the scene perfectly. So basically, the council had to vote and decide to put Aaron as Supreme of Nizal, and he has leverage over them because the Ruby Hounds and Veda are coming after them, and Aaron has a plan, and Aaron will only help them if they put him as the Supreme of Nizal. And they all voted, and he is now the Supreme. And his dad Raywin doesn't know whether to be proud or angry, and this is what his father says. How strange is love. You betray me, you manipulate my counsel into stealing my throne, and yet my anger is rivaled by my pride. Within a year you accomplish what your mother and I failed to do in our entire lifetimes. The Nizal Crown and the Jasad Malika are yours, both thrones under your name. Surprise, please, Aaron. I made the mistake of betting on Hannah, and her love is useless to me. But Essia of Jasad, her love is worth a kingdom. When she is your wife, Jasad will be yours. And then Aaron says, I will never sit on the Jasad throne. The Jasad crown will belong to my wife and my wife alone. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then he walks out saying like what his plan all along was to his father before they take him away, and he sees the art painting picture of Nizal's founder, and he says, I will do better than them. And then he says, I will do better than him, and walks away. But like that, while Sad Girl was playing, was just everything. Like, just envision it. Okay guys, it's 2 a.m. It's time to finish this book. Earlier I put it down because I wasn't ready. I was like, wait, I don't actually want to finish this. Like, I'm not ready yet. And so I took a break, but now I'm back. We have this much left, so barely anything. I'm on page 594, and I believe it says there's 656 pages. Oh my god, that is so scary. Wait, no. See, exactly. I don't want to read it, but I need to know what's gonna happen. So it's time. It's time. I've been prolonging this moment, and I'd rather finish it at night than daytime, so we're gonna finish it right now. Guys, I know everyone dies in this book. Like, I know, okay? I know a lot of people are like, already have died. I get it. But like, I didn't think him. And he died keeping Sepha safe. He kept his promise. He was always with her. Wait. But I was not expecting that. I don't want this. This is why I didn't want to read. Like, I'm actually freaking out. I'm freaking out. Because, like, what do you mean? What do you mean she's in the entombment with the other siblings? And they have a plan, but she's like, how long will it take? I don't want to merge when everyone I love is dead. And then we fast forward to 1 month, okay? Then Sepha is now the ruler of Lukim. But then why is the next chapter 2 years? Why does it say 10 years later? Epilogue? What do you mean the book was supposed to just end on that page? If you would have asked me how I thought the book was going to end or turn out, I would have never guessed this. Guys, I knew I was gonna cry because I always cry, and I was like being hopeful that I wasn't going to. But I didn't think I was gonna cry this much. It's so sad. The fact that like everyone moved on but he didn't. And then him buying sesame seed candies because it's her favorite. And that every year he would wait for her to rise. Wait. Why does it end there? Like, I was supposed to get. That's not what I expected. I didn't expect Merrick to die. I didn't expect years to pass. I didn't expect any of that, actually. And then the last sentence is welcome home, Serera. What did I just put myself through? This was so sad. This was so mean. Like, how could she do that? How could Sarah Ashton do that? I don't even want to think about all the details. Like, he waited 10 years, showed up every year, getting his hopes up, was crushed each time. He would buy sesame candies because of her. Like, I don't know, am I supposed to be happy because she came back? But like, I'm not. Like, I need more, actually. I need to regroup. I'll be back. Okay guys, it's been an hour, and truthfully I don't know how to feel after finishing that, after reading that ending. I still rate the book 6 stars because the writing is so beautiful and everything really fully connects. The chemistry between Aaron and Essia is just so good. The tension, the banter. I love how they are both. I love both of their characters and how they are the same, but they are also the opposite. And what I loved about this book is that they were truly enemies. I also love the bloodshed that was in the book, because it just added to how much was at stake and what the war was like. But I didn't take into consideration that with bloodshed also means like the death of certain characters you may like Wes dying. That actually upset me. What happened to Veda was also another shock. And then I think what really hurt me was Merrick, because I don't know, he stayed with Sefa to the end and he didn't want to die like his siblings, and he's always tried to stay above ground, and he ended up dying, and that actually made me spiral. What I predicted was what the book presented as the only options, and I was like, no way she's gonna actually like die. I think she will live, and I thought the magic madness would consume her, but Aaron would be there to save her, and then we would fast forward to their little blue cottage, and I don't know, that's just what I envisioned, and we didn't get any of that actually. So I don't know, I didn't expect a different ending from what the two options were, and I was like, oh, it's definitely not that option where she just dies and that's it. No, she's gonna live. So I didn't ever even believe in that option. So the second option was the only one left. Yeah, I never considered that like there was just gonna be a different ending. I don't know what else to say about the book, because of course I love it. I still rate it 6 stars. I just feel numb now. Like I don't know, like I feel like I'm mourning them and mourning this book, and I don't know, I just almost don't want to think about it because it's just gonna make me sad and it's gonna make me cry again, and I just don't want to. And like the song that keeps replaying in my head was the song that I was listening to while reading the end, which is The Seed by Aurora, and it just keeps replaying in my mind. I love fantasy because it allows me to feel all these feelings, but I don't know, I just haven't felt like this in a while, honestly. Like this duology really like changed me. Like I feel like I haven't had this feeling in a while. Even when I read The Prison Healer, I didn't feel like this, like the feeling that this duology has given me. So I'm very happy that I read it, but I am still in shock and I am numb from the ending. But anyways, I think I'm going to end the reading vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me read this duology, watching me read this book. I hope you found comfort in my reactions. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Bye.